Boom. And we are live again. Good afternoon. We are live on this beautiful Friday afternoon for another author spotlight interview. And so I'm saying, welcome. Come on in the room, pull up a chair, go get your friends or somebody and join us and come on into the Books to Business and Beyond group so you can get this tea. Today I'm interviewing. First of all, let me tell y'all who I am because I always just skip to it, right? So I am Angela M. Mitchell, and I am the director of marketing and social media here at Victoria Shoe Press, and I am the interviewer, right? So I'm sure you have seen me here on Books to Business, on Books to Business, on Author Spotlight, and on book launches. So that's what I do. That's who I am. And I'm saying hello. But again, we are talking today to author, best-selling author, Charmaine LaFonde, and she is going to come up here and talk to us about her latest project. So without further ado, y'all know I love to say that too. Hold on, because I'm over here sharing. So I would love for you guys to share the broadcast, share it wherever you want to share it to, so we can get into it. Let me blank that out. And I'm going to bring up Miss Charmaine. Come into the stage.
Hey,
Good afternoon, beautiful lady. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good on this beautiful day. I'm so glad that you're here and we get a chance to have this conversation today, right?
Yes.
Exciting things are on the horizon. So before we even get into that, I would just love to have you introduce yourself to the people.
Hey, people. I'm Charmaine LaFonde. That is my author name, and I'm really happy to be using that for the first time. New things are happening, good things are happening. I am a writer, and my writing has given me the accolades of being a best-selling author 3 times. So this writing bug that bit me is really it shot me up with some good venom because it's like full of faith and life is what I'm sharing about through my books that I'm writing, through the platforms that I'm using, Facebook, because Facebook was how I found out that my son was dead. And so I elected to use Facebook as my platform to spread positivity. I didn't let that moment, that dark Facebook moment take me out of it. I wanted to use it to benefit somebody else. So that was my mindset going into it.
Yeah.
So here I am, and it was 6 years ago that my son was killed. And at that time, I was just living life, just going through life, going through the motions. I was okay, but there was something that was really, really missing. So when he died, it kind of flipped things for me, of course. It
Yeah.
flipped my whole world, but I had to recover somehow. And the foundation that I was landing on was my foundation in Christ. So that's who I am. I'm a writer, a mother, just a natural born cheerleader who, for a moment, lost my joy when my son died. But my joy has been restored, which is why I'm really excited about this project right here because I was running from it for a while. I didn't want to talk about grief, but
Yeah.
God has given me something to talk about that really will lift the people up. If you're grieving, you understand all about it. You better than anyone else. But
Yes.
what the people really want to know is, will I ever come up out of this? Will I ever smile again? Will I ever be normal again?
Mhm.
So I have a
Mhm.
new normal, a new reality, and I just want to write about it because it's good stuff.
That's right.
If I
That's
must say
right.
so myself, it is good stuff.
Yes, you do. And you left off editor extraordinaire. I don't know how you left that off of there.
Well, listen, that's kind of how I met Joan,
Yeah.
through my
Yes, I was going
editing
to
bug.
ask you how you came, how you came to meet her.
That's the connector because I had just started dabbling in editing. I hear your little buddy over there.
Yeah, hold on,
He's
because
not
hold
happy.
on, y'all, because Fifi over here tripping. I'm gonna have to close the door on her. And this is live, y'all. This is how we give it up. So it's
It's
okay.
like, I
Here we
see
go.
you, I want you. That's how
No, she
kids do.
outside
Whenever you're on the
barking.
phone or doing anything, here they come.
Exactly. She out there barking
Yeah.
at a squirrel or something back there. I don't know.
So
But
listen, this is how I met Joan. I was just dabbling in editing. This was after my son died, maybe about 2 years, 3 years or so.
okay.
And I had already written my first book, Who Kills My Son, Who Killed My Son, A Mother's Wait for Justice. So
Hmm.
that book was my introduction into authorship. And
Yes.
so I had another opportunity to share a part of my story in the form of a prayer in Soulful Prayers. The
Yes.
author, the visionary author on that was Cheryl Pelote Williamson. And so
Okay.
I connected with her. These are all divine assignments. They're
Yes,
just
ma'am.
how God just lined everything up after that moment in my life. And what he was doing was turning around for good what the enemy meant for evil. And so he already had the people that I was going to meet, even
That's
you.
right.
I just
Yes.
love who he connects me with. It's just like minded people with the same heart to serve.
Yes.
And everyone that he's brought into my path has been working for my good in that way. Even the ones who were like against me. Can you believe
Yeah.
there's people in the world that's still against people for no reason?
Yeah.
But it
Mhm.
was necessary for me to learn some things, see some things, attune my ear to God's voice and everything that I'm
Absolutely.
doing, and just live out this life, this Christian life, in victory and power without being all down. And
Right.
so I
Right.
was, just dabbling in editing a little bit as a result of me connecting and working with some other ladies on an anthology.
Okay.
Um, that was another anthology that I was a part of, No More Residue with Crystal Cunningham. And I
Okay.
just enjoy all of my camaraderie and all the things that, I've been working toward in this process. But
Yes.
I was editing a little bit for the ladies in that anthology, and they wanted to pay me for it. And I'm like, no, I'll do it. I just want to help you because that's my heart. But they
Hmm.
kept, they were just saying, oh, you're good at this. You should, really consider doing something. Well, I had already formed a LLC.
Okay.
So that could encompass me doing freelance editing. And
Right.
so I just made a flyer. I'm like, let me just see how it goes. Let me just start out somewhere. So I
Right.
made a flyer and I posted my flyer, and Crystal Cunningham posted my flyer on her page. I didn't ask her to do that, but this is one of the people who I serve, who serve
Yeah.
the people who she serves.
Right.
So it's just a beautiful family. So when she posted it on her page, Joan saw it, and at that moment, Joan was looking for an editor.
Okay.
So she reached out to me, and I was like, I didn't have any kind of paperwork together. She wanted to know what my fee was, and
Right.
and just have a conversation about working with her. And then I went to scrambling, how do I charge? I don't know how much to charge. So I'm doing all of this on the run, just trying to,
Right.
do something. But everyone that I've worked with has just been so gracious and allowing me to find my place. But that's
Yes.
how I found Joan, and that was the beginning of a beautiful, beautiful relationship. Because
Yes, ma'am.
listen, this is where I am now, Victorious You Press. And I
Yeah.
have been victorious, and I've had help along the way. And, her team is just magnificent.
Absolutely. We are because you on it.
Yeah, yeah. See how I am?
We are an
We
amazing team.
are, we are, we
Yes.
are.
Yes, yes, yes. And I just want to say I had the pleasure and the honor of editing this project. I
Yes,
almost forgot, and I'm
ma'am.
like, wait a minute, I edited this project, and when I was going through it, it completely touched my heart. I already know the people that I'm ordering it for, the women that I know need this book and could really use this book. And it was so touching, but encouraging and inspiring Because if you can go through this, losing a child, I can't imagine, what I mean, that pain. And God forbid I'd ever have to. So just if you can go through that and still come out over here smiling, you know what I mean? And I read this, it was a beautiful devotional, you know what I mean? And just from grief to gratitude, right? And
From grief to gratitude. And that's how it really started during that season in my life, right before my son died.
yeah,
God and I were going on a journey where He was trying to help me have a bigger heart of gratitude. Because
okay.
when life starts life and we start
Yes,
whining
yes,
and complaining and unaware sometimes, but we're just speaking to the problems and to the pain, and we forget that there are still reasons to be thankful. So He
right.
had me on in
That's
this
right.
place where I'm just trying to find thanks, and that was my nature. I've kind of got a Pollyanna nature. It's the sun is always shining
Yeah,
somewhere. There's every cloud has a silver
yeah,
lining.
right,
And
right,
I'm
right.
always looking for the good, looking for the good. But when this
Mhm.
happened, when my son was killed, now I'm challenged. I'm like, okay, God, I know you're good, but where is the good in this? I need
Right.
to see something, know something, help me, because I know I love you. I know you're real, but this is different. I
This
have
can't
not
be
experienced the loss of a child, and it is the most overwhelming, gut wrenching pain that lingers, lingers, lingers.
it. Mm.
And that was a foreign place for me. And it was
Yes.
so foreign for me. I did not want to live in that country.
I bet. I
I did
bet.
not want to live in that valley. So I think what happened, I went into warrior mode
Okay.
because I knew who the enemy was.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
knew who came to steal, kill, and destroy.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
it's like, you're not going to throw a rock at God and have me point my finger at him. But I did want to know, God, where were you? So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
had to get that settled. And those are some of the things that I kind of just share in this devotional. Those moments where it really hit me like, okay, help me out right here. And then
Right.
there's an inspiration where He helped me out. Let me show you heaven's perspective so that you can move on. And then right after that perspective, I end each little devotional with a prayer, and
Yes.
these prayers are meant to be read out loud because that was my MO. You have to say it out of your mouth. Don't just think it in your mind. I'm healthy, I'm whole, I'm healed. God, I
Yes,
love you.
ma'am.
Say it out loud. Let the world know where you stand. Affirm what you
Right.
believe. And so I had to do a lot of affirming because the opposing force coming against me was negative, it was dark, and it did not
Mm-hmm.
want me to smile. It
Mm-hmm.
really did not want me to smile. It did not want me to rise up. It wanted to destroy me. And
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for that.
That's right. That's
I
right.
wasn't
That's
ready.
right.
I wasn't ready.
That's right.
I got
Yes,
something else
ma'am.
to do.
That you yes, you do. You certainly do. What was like the most challenging of the writing process for
Not editing while I write. For
you?
me, as an editor, it goes against everything I've learned, because I sat in some of Joan's writing boot camps and
Hmm.
the power of the pen retreat. That's where I
Yes.
really gained my traction as a writer in that retreat because
Yes.
she broke down every element of writing. And
Yes, ma'am.
so the hardest part for me was to just sit and just write, write, write. The way my brain goes, I had to overcome this spirit of perfectionism where everything has to be right before I go.
Hmm.
And the
Hmm.
process of writing, the process that the boot camp and the retreat brought me through was how to just gather my thoughts, put it there, lay it out, be consistent, don't
Right.
quit, just all the things, the fundamental things that I had to overcome wanting to do it my way. I
That's
want to
right.
do it my way. And so I kept trying to do it my way. And I realized someone else knows better because they're the experts that I came
Yes,
to.
ma'am.
Why
Yes,
are you
ma'am.
not listening? So it took me sitting with Joan, for a couple of years, just listening to her, Jesus, Joan, and journal. I
Hmm.
really got some traction out of that where, I just felt like my assignment was coming forward and it was coming more clear. And I was
Right.
surrounded in a
Right.
community really that was going to help me get to where I'm supposed to go in this writing.
Yes,
So,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm, you know, I would imagine, just putting those words down had to have brought up all kinds of emotions and feelings, and you know what I mean.
that was
Um,
the hardest part of
yeah,
that. That was really hard, but I had to overcome that because I'm thinking about the ladies on the other side, the mothers on
yes,
the other side who need me to go through this part of it so that I can articulate what they already know, but give them some tools or some comfort to help them come through it. The whole time I'm writing this book, I'm still coming through. I'm still coming
yes.
through. It wasn't until after I finished this book last month, as a matter of fact, where I got my major breakthrough and I was able to step outside. Oh, there's Joan. Hey,
That's why I put
Joan.
it up.
She's in Kenya. Hey,
She
Joan.
is
I'm
watching
talking good
all the
about
way.
you.
Here. Hold on, y'all.
Listen,
I have to put my baby back in the diaper.
listen, I
She
am
watching all
so
the way from Kenya. I've been looking at the
wow.
comments like I know she gonna pop up in here.
Oh, wow. Well, I hope she
Yes,
heard all the good things I had to say about
of
her because
course.
it's just a kindred spirit and her spirit to serve and help and just so lovely. It just drew me to her. And I'm so glad that I'm connected and I can partner with her and what she's
Absolutely.
doing. Y'all need to check out Victoria's U Press and Joan T. Randall because, listen, it's amazing what God is doing in our lives collectively. I
Yes,
see
ma'am.
my community all moving up at the same time. It's like this momentum where everyone I'm connected to, we're all coming up like
That's right.
together. And that's exciting for
It
me.
is
That
exciting.
is
It
so
is.
exciting.
It is. It absolutely is. We are all, collectively, like you said, we all going to the next level, and we are all connected with each other, and I love it.
Yes.
The way we support each other as a team, the way we work together as a team. So I love,
Yes.
that part.
That's my favorite part of,
Yeah,
of Victoria's You Press is the team, how everyone will go the extra mile no matter what. And that is rare. That is so rare because we all have our own, things that we're working on. We all have our
yeah,
own businesses, our own
right.
separate things we're doing. We have families. But if one of us in this community needs help,
That's
when you
right.
say, if you need anything, just reach out to me and let me know, and you do that and you get a
Yes,
response and the help is
yes,
there, I love this
yeah.
community and it's
We
helping
mean
me
it.
to be where I need to be. And I just want to do my part and give back to it. I want to give just as much as
As
I'm
we get, yes.
receiving.
John said, "Love you
Yeah.
guys, Charmaine. I'm so proud of you." And my Angie is the bomb. And we love you.
Yes,
We
she
love you. We love
is.
you.
Yes, she is. I love your energy, your personality. It's just
Thank
so vibrant.
you. Thank you. Thank you. And I just enjoy, I enjoy having these conversations, man. I enjoy speaking to different authors and stuff and getting these stories out here. There's
Yes.
so many women that are in, this position, that are in a position who have lost children. I know 3, 4, just recently over the last couple years that I'm connected with. One within the last 30, hasn't even been 45 days. You know what
Oh,
I mean? And so I know that sharing this book with them, you know what I mean, is going to be helpful. Sharing the community with them. Tell us a little bit
right.
about your community because I know you do. You do support other women. Tell us a little bit about that.
I do. The community that helped me so much, it was Mending Hearts Ministry. And the way that I connected to them was I was working with this anthology, and one of the authors, co-authors, had a friend who had just lost her son.
Mm,
And she said, you need to connect with her because we had similar stories. We had just lost our sons. And so I wanted to reach out to her because I needed to be encouraged. And I feel like another mother will understand that pain a little differently. And so I reached out to her so that I could encourage her with my story of strength and grace.
Yeah.
She ended up encouraging me so much because not only did she lose her son,
Mm.
shortly thereafter, she lost her husband
Oh
because his
my.
heart could not contain the pain.
Right.
And it just took the life out of me. But that was another divine connection because she was connected to Mending Hearts Ministry, and she invited me because she was going to be speaking, and she invited me to this online platform so that I could support her. And I think God knows that the one way that He can get me to do anything that's in line with where He wants me to go is just whisper in my ear, support them, because I'm going to be there.
Yes,
Otherwise,
ma'am.
I would not have gone there. But I wanted to support her. And when I stepped into that virtual room, I found the love and the encouragement and the inspiration that I needed that I didn't know
Mm.
that I needed. I thought I was the light and going to bust into that room and just smile for the camera and just be light. But
Yeah.
I became very vulnerable in that moment as the ladies began to share their stories, and I
Yeah.
realized I needed them just
Yeah.
as much as they needed me. We
Yes.
needed each other because one of the ladies always says it's not a club that you sign up for,
Hmm.
the grieving mothers club. Nobody's going
Right.
to say me. No. But while we are here, let's make a difference. Let's do some good. Let's encourage someone. Let's just say you can make it because we're making it together. And I
Yeah.
always feel like we're stronger together. So that community really served me so well that I wanted to give back. I wanted to say thank you for how you have helped me. So I'm a member of the board of Mending Hearts Ministry because, what at one moment I'm running from that calling of
Yeah.
speaking about it to now I feel like I have to because there are women who need to hear that there is light at the end of this dark, dark tunnel because
Yes,
there
ma'am.
is. God has restored my my mourning into dancing, and He has given me my joy back. I didn't know how He was going to do it. And
Yeah.
that was one of the questions. I'm like, how are you going to turn this around for my good? How are you going to do
Right.
this?
How does that
I mean, I
happen?
know nothing's impossible, but how? I can't figure out how. Well, I didn't have to figure it out because that's God's part. And so I learned to just work with Him and let Him do His part.
Hmm.
I opened up His word to see what His part were because what His part was because I'm gonna check Him on His word.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta check your work now because if I don't really feel a change, if I don't really
Yeah.
feel what you're saying and I'm saying I'm believing it, then I'm not gonna tell anybody how good you are. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
tell anybody else you're faithful because I'm just not gonna do that. If I'm not feeling it
If you're
now,
not feeling that.
but he knew how I was. And he was like, girl, I got this. I've always been God.
Yes,
I've always
ma'am.
been good. You can say whatever you want. I'm still going to be good. And he is. And so my journey from that point of finding out to now, in the last 6 years, how God has opened up the opportunities through writing, and I
Hmm.
think Victorious U Press has a major part to play in all of that because, they published my book and I've been just working with them on my journey to become an editor. I'm now a author coach, just
Yes.
the accreditation that I got through Victorious U Press. It was just so graciously, afforded those opportunities. So now I'm ready to, put things into action. Now that I have my team in place,
Yeah.
I have, grief is behind me. So now it's not like a shackle on my ankles so that I
Yeah.
can't dance. I can
Yeah.
dance.
Come
Shackles
on
off my
now.
feet. Now I
Come
can
on
dance.
now. That's my
I
jam
just want
too.
to
Come on
praise
now.
him. And I will.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So,
yes, yes.
what advice do you have for an author, an up and coming author? That's a twofold question, but I'm gonna go with that part first.
Well, the up and coming authors, you're already writers. You're writers at heart. It's
Hmm.
already in you to write. but a lot of writers don't realize that they have a story that is the solution to somebody's problem. If you would just share your story, someone's going to be blessed. And isn't that what you want to do? And to think
Yeah.
about Victorious You Press and the boot camp that I was in, they didn't just show you how to write a book, they showed you how to take that book and turn it into a business. And
Yeah.
I was already familiar with the how and the why and all of that. But this was just another part of the puzzle to help me pull it all together, because everything I
Yeah.
needed to self publish, write, have my own publishing company, all of that information was available, and it was freely available in the boot camps. So I
Hmm.
just took advantage of the advantage that I had to even be associated with this. And
Right.
I always want to learn more, perfect my craft.
Right.
So now that I
Right.
love writing so much, I just want to excel in that. But the main thing that I really want to do through my writing is inspire and encourage.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
that comes naturally for me because of the gift that God's given me. So I'm
Yeah.
just shining for him,
Yeah.
and people are going to be blessed. But if I could bless just that one, I've already exceeded that. So
Yes,
I'm really
ma'am.
happy in what I do now, and this is all I want to do because it's so fulfilling. Just
Yeah.
share your gift with the world. If you have a gift, everybody has one,
That's
everybody
right.
has a talent. Share it with the world and make the world a better place.
And there that is. My
Yes.
last question is what advice can you offer a mother who is grieving, a grieving mother?
Grieving mothers know, or they need to know, this is a lifelong process. There's always going to be a place in your heart that's going to hurt. But my testimony is that that place is so normalized now that I can
Hmm.
move on without being hindered.
Yes.
Sometimes it's hard to move forward. Sometimes you don't want to move forward. The grief is so heavy. But with this book that I'm sharing, this 31-day devotional to greater peace, it just opens up a pathway. I'm just shining a light. So if you follow that light, you're going to find greater peace. It's right there. And that's why I just want to pour out my heart. If you are a grieving mother, find that community where you can be vulnerable and they understand your pain as a mother who's grieving. I highly recommend Mending Hearts Ministry because that's where I found that kind of peace and
Yeah.
support, love, availability to my sisters to always be there for me for real, for real. And
Right.
it's the
Right.
community we want to lock into because, I'll watch you come in and I'll wave hi, I'll watch your tears and I'll watch them dry because that's
Yeah.
how it happened for us in that group. We came in so broken, not knowing what to do. And now we're standing strong and helping others. So our group is growing, and we are stronger together, even to the point where we are now reaching out to men because men have that same a
Yeah.
father has lost a
Yes.
child. We
Yes. Yes.
initially it was the mothers because it was the mother, Amanda Cordera, who is the founder of Mending Hearts Ministry, sharing the loss of her child. But there's
Right.
fathers involved, there's sisters involved,
Absolutely.
there's
Absolutely.
brothers involved. So they're just branching out now to cater to that pain, and where the hearts need to be mended after the
Yeah.
loss of a child. It's a great ministry, if I must say so myself.
Yes,
It
ma'am.
really blessed me. And if I know of any mother who's suffering, you don't have to suffer alone. You're not alone. Connect with the community that will walk with you. And that's what Mending Hearts Ministry is.
Absolutely. And that, I'm so glad that you do that work. I'm so glad that you have a heart for it. And I cannot wait to get a hold of this book. So I want you to let the people know when it's coming, when I know you're getting ready to launch and all that good stuff. So go ahead and let them know
Yeah,
what's going on.
I'm going to be launching it next month, October. around October 25th. That's the tentative date, but I'm looking forward to it being on that date because that's my dad's birthday. And
Okay.
so that will be a very memorable way for me to remember him and the
Yeah.
legacy that he left for me to continue on, just shining that light. My dad used to be a singer, and one of his groups was the Bright Lights. So it
Okay.
was a quartet. So he
Yeah.
was one of the bright lights, and I am still shining that light. So on my website, CharmaineLaFonde.com, I am doing pre-orders right now for that book because it won't be launched until October. But I
Yes.
can't wait to share it. I can't wait until it's ready because there are a lot of people waiting for it, and I want to get it into their hands because I know the anointing that's on it. I just know.
Yes,
I just
ma'am.
know
And
my
I know it.
pain has been turned to purpose. And I'm serious about that assignment. I have one job: shine my light, be a light, encourage, inspire. There's like four
Amen.
jobs, but they all work together. Just
Yes, they
be a light,
do. Yes, they do.
be a
You are
light.
just you are a light, and you're amazing, and I'm so glad that I'm able to be connected to you. And I'm so glad that I got to edit this project and got to just witness it
Yes.
firsthand. So
Thank you. You did a great job. It's like,
thank
yes,
you. I'm glad I
yes,
did it justice. I'm editing
you
the
did.
editor's work. You know what I mean? Like what?
That's okay. You did. I was checking your work. I'm like, she's good. She's good. So that's the teamwork. That's the
Yes,
team we're
right.
talking about.
That's
I have
right.
so many team members who I can reach out to in every area of my life. So I'm
Yeah.
thankful for my team. I'm thankful for Victorious You Press. And I'm thankful for you, Angie. You are
No,
always a
thank
gracious,
you.
gracious host. I just love how you do it.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, that's it. That's our time. Again, we were talking to Charmaine LaFonde because in the beginning I said LaFonde. I don't know why I want your name to be LaFonde so bad.
That's okay. We're going to get
But
it right because
yes,
it's going to
ma'am. Yes,
be
ma'am.
noised abroad.
Yes. So we had this wonderful conversation with her today. I'm glad she joined us. I'm glad you guys tuned in. And so be on
Thank
the lookout.
you.
Be on the lookout,
Yes.
man. October 25th, be on the lookout. Or hopefully we'll be on that day, but be on the lookout.
Yeah. It's
And
coming.
be on the lookout for Mending Hearts Ministries because if you need it,
Yes.
they're there for you. And we're gonna put some
Definitely
links
share
in.
this with a
That's right.
friend. If you have
That's
a
right.
mother or someone in your community who you know is grieving, has lost a child, this is for them. This is why I'm doing it. I want to reach
Yes.
their hearts so that their hearts can be mended, like mine. It's
Yes,
a
ma'am.
good feeling. It's freedom. It's. I'm going to share it because I didn't
Yes.
think I would see this day, and I'm here.
That's right. That's right. And
Yeah.
I would love,
Yeah.
I'm going to put a link if you have into the comments after we're done.
Okay.
So that
Okay.
way, if somebody's watching the replay, y'all can go ahead and click on the link. Right.
Yep. Yep.
All
Click
right.
on it.
Now.
Find us.
That's right. That's right. All right. Well, I thank you for joining us,
Thank you so much.
Charlotte. Thank you. That was really a great interview. I just love her. I just love her to death. I love her smile. I love her spirit. I just love it all. So that was another author spotlight interview. And as you guys know, the Power of the Pen retreat is coming up, y'all. The It's all in the group, and I will also drop a link in the comments. November 2nd through the 4th, you got to get to Charlotte. You got to get in that room. We would love to have you. And so you can be another success story of the books to business and beyond, right? So until next time, y'all, we'll see y'all later. Thank you for joining us. Bye bye.